I'm back with another movie studio title recreation video. This time, it's the Columbia Pictures Ladies Radiating Torchlight. You'll notice that I have removed those radiating light rays so I could attempt to recreate them here. My first movie studio title recreation on this channel was the classic RKO Radio Pictures opening with the rotating tower and globe, which you see here. I have always been fascinated with that animated radiating light coming from the lady's torch. Let's see how close I can come to reproducing it. My first step was to separate the main title image into 3 distinct layers. One for the background, one for the torch lady, and one for the Columbia letters. To accomplish this, I applied many of Photoshop's tools and techniques to each layer. I am now ready to begin working on recreating the radiating light effect, and will be using a technique developed more than 1,000 years ago, refined and named in 17th century France as moire or moire, meaning a watered, wavy, and shimmery look. This is an example of a moire fabric. Technically, the moire process is an interference pattern in which overlapping design elements cause new optical effects to appear. In this example, I have 2 sheets of what look like clear plastic. But these sheets are actually high-contrast photographic film and are not clear. They are filled with an extremely fine, pure black and uniform dot pattern. Because the dots are so fine, they require considerable magnification, such as with a close-up lens, to make them visible. In this image, you can see how tiny the dots are when compared to a dime. When I move and rotate these sheets, the moire effect becomes apparent, as the tiny dots begin to overlap and clump together to form new interference patterns. Here's another example, which you may have already seen on this channel. The Coming Soon short. Those sparkling, twinkling stars were created using the moire technique. This effect required 2 Photoshop layers. The bottom layer was a black background with random white spots, created using Photoshop's spatter brush. The top layer is what I refer to as the sparkling layer, black with many white spots, achieved using Photoshop's Add Noise filter. To make those tiny dots transparent, I went to Photoshop's Select menu and clicked on Color Range, then clicked on any white area to select all white areas in the layer. Once selected, I deleted those dots, leaving a black layer with tiny transparent holes which will reveal the layer underneath. Those tiny holes will become the twinkling stars. And now you can see that by moving the top layer to the left, the dots appear to sparkle or twinkle. In order to enhance the effect, I applied the Dazzle filter from Final Cut's Effects menu to allow the stars to really sparkle. And now it's time to attempt the radiating torchlight effect. To do this, I need to construct my own moire pattern. I first created a new 300 dpi Photoshop document measuring 1280 by 1280 pixels to accommodate the circular shape of the radiating lines. I filled the background layer with white. Next, I created a new layer and filled it with black. In order to draw radiating lines with relative ease, I made use of Photoshop's Symmetry tool and selected Radial, then set the segments to 12. Now I have 12 guideline segments radiating from the center point. Here I am selecting the Eraser tool set at about 2 pixels rather than a paintbrush so that the lines themselves are much sharper and cleaner. Starting at the center of the guide, I'll click the center dot, then, holding the Shift key, move the mouse pointer up to the end of one guideline and click again. As you can see, 12 transparent lines are now drawn. I'll repeat the process to add additional lines of varying lengths in between the existing lines. Now that I have a layer of multiple radial, transparent lines, I'll duplicate the layer. In order to preview the moire effect, I'll select the top layer, grab a transform handle, and slowly rotate it. As you can see, the lines are interacting with each other,
creating the illusion of radiating light rays, all thanks to the moire effect. I'll now use QuickTime to screen record the animation and import it into Final Cut.
Now I'm ready to assemble the main title clips and view the final result. In Final Cut Pro, I have stacked the clips, starting at the bottom with the background. Next is the torch lady, and the Columbia layer. Then the radiating light animation. Next is a duplicate of the torch lady. And at the top is a duplicate radiating light animation clip, offset by a few frames to enhance the radiating effect. I added the Luma Keyer filter to the radiating light animation to remove the black areas. And now let's view the final result. I hope you enjoyed this recreation video. Thanks for watching.